Hello, and welcome back sa episode na to. And by the way, this is si Pirat X. And once again, welcome sa episode 2 sa to ang series, Rewired. So sa kaninga episode, I want to talk about knowing yourself. So, before ko mo storya sa main topic, nga ilang kong dispensa in regards to the episode 1 nga ako ang na-publish. That is because na yung mga mali-mali nga grammar. No, and anyways, first episode na to, for sure, di na to malikayan nga. It will sound perfect right away, di ba? Although, this is not the first time nga nag-podcast ko. I did several podcasts before, right? But kuan lang to siya kanang for fun and for the sake of experience. So na yung mga mali-mali nga grammar. Pareha atong, di ba, I gave the title sa akong episode 1. The title was Disconnect. So niya ko, we are to disconnect. Akong gingon dito, disconnect to the real world. But supposedly, it should be disconnect from the real world. No, from dapat. So, kanila laging English. No, English is not our main language. No, Bisaya man ko. And somehow, I can also speak Tagalog. Ambot lang pod, but medyo okay man good. Medyo nakasanayan na nato mag-Bisaya English, di ba? Even diha sa atong trabaho, di malikayan nga mag-Bisaya English ta. No, ang bira good ng computer, ang bira ng computer. Ang bira good ng mouse or you press the button. So, may nana bitaw, no? Unconsciously, di ta kabantay ka ng ang atawang dialect, ang atawang lingwahe is nasagulan na siya og mga foreign nga mga words, mostly from English. Alright, so that's not the main topic. So atong main topic, layat na ta. I want to talk about knowing yourself and knowing our own selves. So I just want to ask a question. Nakailan na ba ta sa atong kugalingon? So siguro you try to pause ba? Do you know yourself? Muna ko pangutana. Sa ako personally, time to time, mangutana sa kuha na sa akong kugalingon. I always ask myself, time to time, do I know myself? Then somehow, I can affirm nga indeed, I know myself. Kailan ko sa akong kugalingon. Because who else? Yun sa pamanday, mas nakabalo sa atong kugalingon. Lisod pug laing taong nakaibaw sa atong kugalingon. Diba? Ang labaw na kaibaw sa atong kugalingon, may lain kundi kita. Diba? Gusto lang na ako to ikutlo tong giingon ni Siddhartha Gautama, ang Buddha bitaw. So, yan na siya nga he who knows other people is wise, but he who knows himself is enlightened. So, kadto ko no sila nga nakaibaw sa laing mga tao, no, matawag sila nga mga sa manang wise sa wise sa Bisaya, maalam, no, sila nga nakibalo sa laing tao, patawag sila maalam. So katong sila nga nakaila sa ilang kagalingon, dili maalam tawag nila, but rather enlightened, mga nalamdagan, no, mga nahayagan ingon na bale. So that's the point. So why do we need to know ourselves? This topic is this isn't something religious or spiritual, but it could be, pwede po may ngunana. But I can only speak on what I experience and what I have. So, unsay hatag na ko ninyo, that is mostly coming from my own experience. No, I am not an expert in psychology or whatsoever in any field. So, I just know something. Alright, I just have a simple job. Anara. And I like sharing my ideas, my learnings, my insights, muna akong ganahan. That's why I have this podcast. Sa kuha, as I reflect it, looking back sa years na since I graduated, I should say the first time that I had self-conscious, I mean, the first time bitaw nga nagpakabana ko sa ako ang own self. No, baga, I'm looking inward. Nung lantaw ko sa akong gugulingon inwardly. No, akong inventory akong self ba. No, akong gilantaw unsay nanak ko, no, kay bawa ba ko mustorya ang English, kay bawa ba ko ano mga butanga, maulaw ba kog tao, unsay no, the time nga I look into that specific aspect sa akong kinabuhi, that's the time pod nga I started to grow as a mature individual. When I say mature, kanaragod siguro nga I can deal with people although taas sila granggo na ako without offending the person, showing politeness to the person, or speaking exact words to the person. No, because kita namang kita lain-laing personalities, di ba? So, and those personalities na to, it could be they don't probably match to the criteria of the person we are talking to, di ba? It could be kana siya tawhana, strictuhon kayo siya, or kana siya tawhana, joker siya, di ba? Linain man, that depends. No, and one na the person nga nasa authority, no, atong amo, atong boss, they have their own personalities. So somehow, no, as mature individual, we need to adapt. Now, when we are to talk to them, we are to adjust our way of speaking, our treatment, the way we respect them. No, adjust yun da. So that is part of maturity, I should say. No, and sa una, wala ko ana. No, I don't know those things. No, and isa pa sad, as I look back sa unang panahon, I got my confidence very low. No, ubos yung kayo ko confidence yun. Maulaw ko tubang mga tao, maulaw ko mustorya. No, although I should say, I have sometimes mga brilliant ideas, no? I can relate to specific mga topics, mga isgutan, labi na sa school sa unang panahon. But I never really vocally exposed myself, labi na akong naidagang tao. I guess, I was just a bit shy and I just don't know totally yet my full potential. Right? So, muna, as per the message of this podcast, I want to ask yourself, do you know yourself? No, do we know ourselves? So, ako no, I'm starting to know myself. No, and muna siya, I take care of my own self, no? Since kabalo man ko nga masuko ko with those specific people, then I don't spend much time of those with those people. I mean, mali na sa natong grammar so good. I don't spend so much time with those people, knowing their vibe is not fitting with mine. No, di man haom among vibe. So maybe professionally I can interact with them, but I don't spend so much time with them. That is because na mismatch. I guess ingunan na ang growing adults. No, that is because siguro, as for me, tanaw na ako, that is natural. That is because we've been crafted throughout the years. Diba? With our experiences, with our trauma, with our pains, combinations, pains, joy, happiness, diba? And whatever we experience, mo na sila ni compose kung unsa ta karon, diba? And that makes us unique. Now, those experiences we had in the past, mo na nakapahimo nato nga unique person today, diba? And it is important to know ourselves so that we will know what direction we are going to head to. No, asa ta paingon. Kasi for example, sa ako since I really don't know nga makuan day ko, mamaestro day ko bali. Because honestly, I work as a teacher man. Um, it was really not the main idea or the main point sa ako ang pag-study because when I graduated, I just don't know where to head to. Ganahan lang ko nga when I graduate siguro hopefully magtukod ko ako ang internetan and then mora na diha ra nga level but I don't know. No, good thing. No, somehow driven by luck I should say or blessed by the God Almighty. I was guided to be one of the teachers of our time, of our century. But I'm just a normal person though. I'm just a normal person na ay mga pangandoy, na sa mga struggles in life, na sa mga kuan, di ba? So, I guess as for me, I'm slowly knowing myself. Slowly na ako ila akong kagalingon, what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, and somehow I am slowly building myself to the ideal image nga ganahan nako for myself. No, so na ako yung ideal image personally nga ganahan ko nga mahimong ingon ana. No, so di pa man ko capable nga mahimong ingon ana nga type of person. So I'm slowly building myself. No, I am slowly crafting myself. No, tagaan na lang ko idea. No, kung unsa to nga klase nga person nga ganahan ko no in the future is kani siya, this practice of public speaking. I just want nga kanang when I deliver something or I say something, people will listen and people will value and somehow people will value me. Yung nanasad ba? So, I am sharing slowly. No, so slowly realizing what I want by making the podcast, di ba? And slowly realizing what I want wherein I will be valued by people in the future. Mo na siya nagmaestro po ko somehow because I do believe no, although not all of the students ganahan sa ako no, but there are still probably selected few nga somehow they caught my vibe no ganahan sila nako somehow. So good thing those people still respect me, those students still respect me, and that's good for me. I mean that's more than enough for me to be happy, to be contented in my career. So, murag nasway naman ta sa atong main topic na which is knowing yourself. We can be called enlightened, nalamdagan. No, this is just my own opinion. No, this is something not related to spirituality, but pwede na nimo siya i-relate gyapon. But when you say enlightened, banggod, for me siguro you will know how to handle specific situations. No, because you know yourself, no, and you know what is not good for you. No, then you will know how to deal and react with how to deal and react in specific mga in different kinds of scenarios, different kinds of problems, diba? So that is because you already know yourself. No, you know nga ingunani ka, but if you are to pugos, if you are to enforce doing this, no, and it goes against you, then obviously ikaw ra mo suffer, diba? So, since you know yourself, you will also find out what's the best way for this problem to be solved. That's the point, actually. I know there are still mga spiritual aspect, ana, and I believe na po kay kasulti something, ana. No, but I really believe, no, if we know ourselves, we are enlightened. We are enlightened. We are enlightened to the reality that somehow we deserve to live our life. Now we have the rights to live our life, right? We have the rights to be happy, no? And somehow, together with these rights, we have the so-called obligations po. Now we have the obligation to maintain our happiness. No? In order to maintain our happiness, somehow we must not cause trouble to other people. No, we must not cause pain to other people or else masumbalik ra gyapon sa tuwa, di ba? No, to to protect our happiness, our well-being. No, it is our obligation. That's why we need to do our job very well. We need to perform better nga naman. Because in the future, basin magkabulilyaso imong gitrabaho, no? Because bata na to, low quality ra imong gitrabaho, no? Somehow masumbalik nimo, no? Ikaw na po yung mahasol, ikaw na po yung problema, stress na punta. No? So, once again, sama sa ako nabanggit sa previous episode, we human beings, when we interact daily, no, labi na sa ako personally, I really notice na every time we interact with people, ato ang energy ma-deplete. No? And there are sometimes po na specific people na when you interact with them, mura kag madugangan. No, madugangan yung energy, something nga na ba. So, I guess, ingunana sa ta. No, we must be somehow sensitive spiritually with those people, with those kind of people. And it's a good thing probably to associate with them. We will be empowered man. So as for me, I always look for those kind of people nga nabang nindot ka storya, nindot to vibe with. No, dili lang kay puro ra mga negative ang ipang storya, but somehow you will learn something, you will be encouraged, you will be inspired to do your thing. So I guess that's the main that's the main goal nato when we are to immerse ourselves with groups or society or any organizations. So knowing yourself, mo na to siya siguro. So I'm running out of words not to say. So I guess that's the main message of our episode 2. I know taas na, it's already 16 minutes, going 17. Thank you so much for staying with me. Mula ni siya akong main message, you try to ask yourself if you really know yourself. Sensya no, medyo tuwa-tuwa datong English yan eh. Lisod tao pronounce. But I will do my best. Anyways, I really appreciate your time, no, and I just hope you start to know yourself, no, and somehow after knowing yourself, you will find out what do you want for yourself or which direction ka mo head to, no, asa ka paingon. Probably di ay one of my listeners, as for this time, no, you are working on to become a doctor or to become a professional IT or to become a policeman or even president of our country, diba? So I don't know, but you need to know yourself first. No, you need to have like a self inventory. No, I'm addressing this to you, but this is still somehow a message for myself. We need always to have something like a self inventory, no, unsa itong mga skill sets, unsa ta, what kind of person we are, unsa ganahan nato, unsa di ganahan nato, para somehow we know how to fit in, no, and somehow we really need to exercise our interpersonal skills para we will know how to deal with people na doesn't fit to our criteria to be with. Now, ingunana kita, no? Ang ako lang is ako lang ipa-realize ninyo nga ingunana ta human beings nga mamili kita kinsay ubanan, kinsay kuyugan, no, kinsay friend nato. That is because that's normal. It's normal for us human beings to band together, to choose kinsa to sila. So, yes, we have the obligation to maintain peace, all right? But our main obligation is to take care of our own selves, to love our own selves, no, and somehow to empower our own selves. Because I do believe if we will not empower our own selves, we cannot help those people who are in need. No, di man kakahatag kung wala ka. Di ka katabang kung nanginhanglan po ka. Diba? That's the essence. So we need to know ourselves so that we will know how to empower ourselves, and somehow we can help other people empower themselves, and somehow we can uplift our society, or we can create a community of high value individuals. So thank you so much for listening, and it's running 20 minutes na, 19 minutes running time sa itong podcast. I guess we will just meet again sa ako ang episode 3 in this series, Rewired, tutukan sa ko, nabulunan ko. So, Rewired series. Good day, and kita-kits. Salamat sa pagpaminaw. Si Pirot X, signing off. Bye-bye.